Hello and welcome back to the Bump Out Podcast. My name is Hayden Short and I'm joined by my best mate, Adrian Messner. How was your weekend, Mez?
Very victorious. Very
It was.
victorious. So we rolled from New South Wales winning game one
Yes.
into the women. Even though we had already won the series, we still won Thursday. Obviously, we didn't get the result on Thursday, but
Yeah.
we won the series. That's what I'm trying to say.
That would be real bittersweet.
Real bittersweet.
Yeah.
Real bittersweet. But I still take that as a win.
Yes.
In my eyes, as a New South Wales supporter. And then the doggies got the 2 points against the bye. So
It couldn't be better. And also, the players that are coming back, all your injuries, get an extra week.
yep.
That's the best bit.
Our new signings get an extra week.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yep.
Very excited. Well, now I am.
Well,
A couple of weeks ago, I wasn't.
Talking of Origin, we're actually going to bring up our sponsor today,
We are.
We
Who's
are.
that?
Caxton Street Brewing Co.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome, Tori, our friends up in Brisbane, obviously up in Queensland.
Yeah, they are. Can't believe it.
We'll get to that.
In enemy territory, our first one,
I know.
mate.
Thank you, Magic Round.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll be bringing you our Origin specials, as you guys love, obviously.
Yeah, that's
and you've
right.
been asking for.
Exactly right, mate. They've got don't they have a bit of an event going on actually?
They do. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that?
We'll definitely get to it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Mate, but yeah, my weekend was pretty good. Also, so keeping the winning formula, we
Yes.
rolled into netball, first win.
Oh,
Shout out to the NRL and
yes.
Galahs.
Well done.
Let's go. 32-30. Bit of a
Giving you
snaps.
snaps.
Mate,
Well done.
yeah, very much a New South Wales display. Just wanted to win from minute one.
Yep.
was
Shout out
re-
to Marcia, goal shooter.
It was really good. Yeah, shout out to the goal shooter.
Good stuff.
And then,
with no subs too, I heard.
No subs. Yeah, that's correct.
That's good.
pushing
good
it.
stuff.
Pushing it, mate. Everyone in positions. Very much like that team. Very much like
Hopefully
that team.
tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hope we have subs,
I think
actually.
we'll be right.
We'll be right. And then Sunday we had a beautiful christening to my
Yeah.
my goddaughter,
Yes.
who shall remain nameless. I think
Yes.
now we're getting a bit too big
I agree.
to keep,
Yeah.
dropping names, I suppose.
We'll just say the fans of the Electric Eels.
That's all you're going to say. And if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And if you don't,
Exactly.
you won't know.
It was a beautiful day.
It was.
We also won't tell you where we're at because
Yes.
could have been Caxton Street Brewing Co.
Who knows? Well, we weren't, but
Exactly.
who knows? Hayden, how was your weekend, bro?
Good, man. Worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday into the christening.
You did.
So it was nice. A lot of games. Obviously, wasn't as good on the Wednesday. Thursday's a bittersweet one as well for me because Queensland girls got the win, but I'm a New South Wales fan, so I've gone
Yeah.
I've gone 3 losses in a row this week.
New South Wales women. Oh my God, you did too. You poor bugger.
I haven't won for ages.
You poor bugger. Well, hopefully tonight that changes, mate.
Oh,
that
it always
changes on the
does. In
Oztag
life,
field.
I'm winning.
Correct.
I'm winning. So that's all we've got. Friendship. We're winning in friendship too.
We are. We have a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
We're just rolling through.
Shout out to our friends as well that said, we can't wait to hear the start of the podcast. Has put a
Yeah.
little bit of pressure on me mentally.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Thinking about now, I've got to actually enjoy your company
Yes. Well,
with
I'm-
that stupid scarf around
I'm
your
more
neck.
here for the analytical view on rugby league, personally.
Yeah, fair call.
Mate,
Anything you want to bring up before we get to Origin?
not too much, bro. I just want to rip in. I want to rip in and I want to fucking give it to you.
You
Finally.
do look good.
Thank
in
you.
that jacket,
Shout out to Industry.
jumper, jacket jumper.
Reach out for some sponsorship. I'm happy to take,
I like
As
it. They're going to
much
send us this.
from
Yeah,
Industry.
industry comes over for sure.
definitely.
Were those pants as well
Definitely.
you got from Industry? The other ones? The blue ones?
The blue ones were, yeah.
The missing pair.
They'll be found. They'll be found.
Shout out to the cufflink.
I need to chase that up, actually. Reminding me. I definitely need to chase it up.
Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you haven't already. Like us on Facebook, subscribe, and watch us on YouTube this episode.
Hello.
Full episode will be uploaded to our YouTube channel at bumpout.podcast. And of course, feel free to leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And producer, can we get a confirmation that it is recording?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is recording.
I got the thumbs up.
Thank you, producer.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
Cheers.
you're looking great today too. Get some pants on, please.
Again?
We're going to go back to Wednesday, 8:05. New South Wales Blues defeated the Queensland Maroons in Game 1, 18-6. So for the future, guys, we apologise it's been so long. You're probably over it.
Yeah.
And I think we are too. We talked to enough people and each other about it.
Big
and
time.
it feels like it was seriously like 3 weeks ago.
I think this conversation has actually been on repeat like 5 times. We've actually had this conversation off air.
So we really enjoy our special, and we're going to do an Origin special post-Origin too. We're going to go straight into a recap straight away while the feeling and emotion's still there.
Yeah,
I think we need to.
I
Just
think
for
so.
us.
I think so. And then I think you remember a bit more intricacies about the game.
Yes.
You can go into a bit more depth, more detail.
Yeah.
It's good.
I know we go back and rewatch it, but it does feel better live.
Yeah.
When you have that
definitely.
raw feeling.
Raw emotion, bro. Raw emotion.
Yeah.
Speaking about raw emotion, did you feel like this game was a little bit more analytical, less emotion for you?
From teams?
Just from a watching standpoint.
The gameplay, or I'm not sure what you're saying.
Gameplay? I just felt like there was no real moments where there was like a big emotion. I thought there was going to be like a bit of a flare up, bit of a push and shove. Nothing really happening in that regard. There was no talk prior to the game.
True. It was a bit quiet. Definitely the lead up to the game was definitely a bit quiet.
I want some shit in the game. Like I want to be able to rev up and say,
I think
Queenslanders.
Slater spoke a couple times, but I think apart from that, there was nothing else.
Way too
You don't
tame.
want to fuel the fire. I think New South Wales are coming in hot.
Yeah.
We're going to get to it.
All right.
So we'll start with 2 poor discipline penalties early on, like we said, and we shout out to everyone in our live. We did say Carrigan is going to be the first penalty, and he was. Straight away. A little bit of face work, giving New South Wales good field position, which they didn't need.
We definitely did not need it, mate.
3 penalties, Harry Grant, who people are shitting on as well, which I don't understand. Yes, he hasn't played the same as probably the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But he's still Harry Grant. Best 9 in the game by far.
I think daylight second, for sure. For sure.
So, ill discipline. It felt like Queensland wasn't in sync. A little bit disjointed in attack. You could nearly say the same thing for Broncos. Obviously not. I said the quality's a lot higher.
Just on a little bit of a lower level.
Yeah.
Yep.
Harry Grant kick from dummy half on last. If it's better to Coates, jumps over To'o. Bit of positivity there, looking at it analytically.
Yeah.
You execute that correctly. I think it's 6-all, rather than a poor display coming up. Because the end to sets were just a shock.
That was prior to the sin bin, wasn't it? Because then To'o then got sin bin for that same act.
I think it was like first try New South Wales, really well executed, into a Queensland attacking set finally, after giving away numerous penalties, into To'o sin bin on half time.
Yeah, like
and it was
said,
New South Wales.
If they had
domination.
If they had a bit more polish, on the ends to their sets, pardon me. Mate, it was just horrible. Like in comparison to New South Wales, that's what we were doing really, really well. We were just handling that really, really well. And I think Cleary's game's just elevated. I don't know about you, but I thought that might have been his best game in a Blues jersey.
Yeah, it's hard because you have so many talented players that stand out.
Yeah.
The thing that New South Wales fans are going to love and Queensland fans need to hear, New South Wales are just better at the moment.
Yeah.
Why did Queensland win 8 in a row? They just had that touch of class on the field, the best players in most positions.
Yeah.
The To'o try in the corner, it goes from one of the best 13s of all time to one of the best 6s who's played 7 at his club with a great boot, to one of the best halves, one of the best players ever, to a generational talent in Latrell Mitchell, to the best, probably arguably the best winger in the game, to the To'o. You're not always going to have these people in the team, but you do now. Just enjoy the footy.
Yeah,
Enjoy the game.
individually, we are obviously the better team.
Nearly every Payne Haas you come back to as well. Nearly every player, you could probably argue maybe Munster over Moses.
I think that's
I would argue it either way.
That's something that we can do in the lead up to the next game is just go through position by position and say, all right, who would you pick?
That's a quick TikTok. I like that.
Individually, who are you going to go? This
it's
or that?
It's a tough one, man, especially with Barnett out now.
It is, man.
I think we'll talk more about the game specifically now. We're going to get into our changes and possible thoughts on what we're going to do later.
Yeah.
But we'll jump to you before I have a few things about Queensland.
So if we're going to go for New South Wales, mate, I think they were obviously on top in field position. Our ends to our sets were supreme. Kick returns, and we started our sets through the middle third, and we just rolled.
Yeah.
Payne Haas was huge through the middle. I really liked Lomax. I think for me, that was my man of the match.
Yeah.
Even without his 2 tries, for me, the moments that he won in that game, that was New South Wales all night. I don't know.
You could argue to get him into that position. It comes off the back of Haas, which you did point out all game too.
Yeah.
You were saying Haas is one wider than the ruck or something. I wasn't sure what you were saying, but
he was playing a little bit
wider to bring that ruck side to side to really run those middles around.
So instead of him getting 1 pass off the ruck, he was getting 2, 3 passes off the ruck, running at your halves, isolating them, engaging even your fullback at times.
Yeah.
It was just really good. It felt very, very Penrith 2023, 2024.
Boring structure, but just too much size, too much talent.
It's like at Penrith this year, they don't have the crop of players to be able to play like that.
Yeah.
But in the Origin Arena, they just excelled.
Yep.
It was a really good display. We played quite simple as well. Mate, no errors in the first half with the ball in our own half. And then we actually started the second half not so great. 2 in 2 sets to start the second.
Yeah.
So
with To'o in the bin too.
Correct. I liked Mitch Moses. He had some great try savers. But then, mate, our constant effort and desire without the ball, that was the difference in this team. Queensland, for me, felt a little bit desperate.
Yeah.
From minute one.
I agree. I literally have down, it felt like there was no room in the New South Wales defence.
Yeah.
And Queensland just, at times, Queensland had to work at it, but defensive line looked so solid. It looked like there was no space.
And that was, that's just what they built their game off, mate. Line speed, contact.
It also comes back to forward domination and halves. And that's where we're going to have the chat about the halves. The chat has been, are they digging into the line enough to open up the play out the back? The same thing we're going to talk about with Newcastle Knights.
Yeah.
It's lateral movements. The players not digging into the line. Why were Rabbitohs so good under Bennett? Or maybe it might not have even been under Bennett. It might have been under Demetrio.
Demetrio. It was
under
Bennett
Demetrio. It was Bennett into Demetrio.
Yeah.
It was Reynolds into the line to give the space to Cody Walker to hit Johnston for 200 tries. Shout out.
Shout out to Alex Johnson. Exactly, mate.
So it's positive. It's good play. New South Wales were on top the whole game.
Yeah.
It felt like they were on top. Queensland didn't really fight back.
Do you feel like the selections that New South Wales made sort of made sense as the game went on? Max King, Barnett starting. I didn't really like Ruben Cotter on the edge. I think you guys lacked a little bit of punch on the edge there if I was going to...
Yep. I think also Collins comes in a bit underdone. He looked a bit big. I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe because he usually starts, it looks a bit differently.
Yeah.
It's just the lateral movement wasn't there.
He lacked a bit of punch through the middle.
When Hado Young came on, you see the difference.
Yeah.
He comes on, starts bouncing around everywhere, which is this thing that we liked about him in the first place. Firma didn't get enough game time.
Definitely
as well.
not.
We said, I think the changes a lot of people are making, we've said this before, are matching exactly what our team list was.
At the start of the...
Literally, with Hammer at fullback. So, I don't think Hammer should be at fullback, and I was the advocate for it. I still think Ponga did really well.
I've got a guy...
with what he had.
I've got a guy that I think you'd love to bring into that Queensland squad. I'll save it for the game that we get into.
Yeah.
But, mate, they...
How special.
Who was your most... Who is your MVP for Queensland?
Jeremiah Nanai, for sure.
By
Big
far.
time. The shining light.
By
Shining
far.
light for Queensland. Energy in attack and defence. We had a few people on social media yelling at us, telling us that he didn't do that well. You made one good tackle on Latrell. That's Latrell Mitchell.
Yeah.
Anyone hitting Latrell like that's impressive. Doesn't matter who you are.
I think so.
You could hit him like that, he'd still push you back.
I think Queensland have Todd Payton to thank for that. If Todd Payton would have sat down in, what did he drop him, round 3, maybe round 4? If he would have sat down and went, if this goes to plan, what happens? Worst case scenario, he goes back to Queensland Cup. He lacks that effort and he just gets dropped and he sort of gets faded out of that Cowboys team. But
yeah,
best case scenario, it's this.
Yeah. Well, that's probably what they hope with David Fafita.
Yeah.
Up in Gold Coast.
The effort and the energy was unmatched. He had that Queensland spirit. For me, as a New South Welshman, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know what Queensland spirit is. I'm not a Queenslander. I don't feel it. But I feel like I can see it in players and in moments.
Yeah.
And in that moment that he hit Latrell, I feel like he displayed that Queensland spirit and no one really went along with him.
It just wasn't that one shot, though. It was persistent.
Yeah.
He was persistent.
He was very persistent.
He was great. I don't know if I thank Todd Payton for that or if I thank Billy Slater for calling him like we thought he did 3 weeks prior. And that's when that switch flicked in Nanai.
And I think the people are going to say like, oh, look at the stats. The stats don't really matter in a game
Not
like
for this one. No.
To be honest with you. Like not all
this
stats are the same. And I think that Origin is just a different breed. I don't think the stats necessarily matter.
Yep. Even I was going to say as well, you never know how their home life is, personal life.
Yeah.
Like maybe something's fixed up. You never know. Someone could be unhealthy. Someone could be unwell. He come out so positive and raring. I hope he's happy and he looks great.
Yeah,
as a
time.
player, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Big time.
Because we didn't know who. I think the second row stocks are very low for not just the Queensland teams, but for Queensland in general.
Yeah.
At the moment. And the injuries coming in, I think it suited New South Wales having an array of choices where Queensland didn't really have the choices this year. Usually Queensland do. If someone stand up, Nanai was that one person. Usually it's 3 or 4 chasing behind.
Yeah, I think if like Xavier Coates from the wing did what he could.
Oh, yeah.
And Robert Toya, I think his game, look, was he second best player? I don't think so. I think might have been Xavier second.
Xavier.
But for a debut, it was up there. He did pretty well. I thought defensively handled himself, which was all the question marks that we had about him was all through defense.
Even the way he played on the weekend against Canberra.
Bingo.
So impressive.
Bingo.
So impressive.
To back that effort up,
yeah.
I think Billy would be going big tick.
This just shows it's Billy Slater. To even see that with the players coming back, little sneak peek, I'd be keeping him there.
I would too.
I would too. Love it. Anything else before we move on? Because I think
let's
people
move.
have had enough.
Let's push.
Well done to New South Wales, 1-0. Next one in Perth. And if you're thinking of watching... So, not everyone's going to be able to fly to Perth.
It's a long flight. Why would you go all the way to Perth?
It is. We fly there. If NRL wants to fly us there, yeah, we'll go.
For free.
Queensland or New South Wales in business to Perth, we'll go watch the game.
And return, please.
But any listeners in New South Wales, Queensland, anywhere else, Caxton Street Brewing Co., what do they've got? What do they have, Mez? 2-hour package from 7 till 9 p.m.
Mate, what does it include?
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you
What
right
does it
now?
include?
Yeah.
Hit me.
7 till 9 p.m. Unlimited wings.
Wow.
You know what's in brackets? Any flavour.
Any flavour.
We talked about how good the flavour was live there.
So you have Frank's Buffalo Barbecue, Korean Barbecue, Smoky Barbecue, or the bump out favourite, Lemon Pepper.
Yeah.
Lemon Pepper.
What else, Mez? It's not just that. House brewed tap beer, house brewed packaged beer, and a selection of house wines if you want wines. Maybe you want some wines.
If you want wines, and if you're not a drinker, do they have soft drink?
They do. Non-alcoholic beverages.
Perfect.
I know we love our beer here at Bump
We
Out.
do, of course, mate.
Especially home brewed, house brewed.
So hold on, as many beers as I can have, as many chicken wings. Where's the downfall,
And
mate?
what's 7 till 9? That's not just pre-game, that's mid-game.
7 till 9, mate, they're going to
It's
be...
going to finish just before half-time, but you're already going to be full and ready to go to watch the game. That's
Mate.
what I think. How much is that, Mez? It is only $55 plus the booking fee, but we're giving away 2 tickets.
2 tickets.
2.
Not 1, but 2.
We're giving away 2 tickets.
So
Because that's the type of people that we are.
So it's actually free,
Yeah.
courtesy of the Bump Out Boys in Caxton Street Brewing Co.
Where is Caxton Street Brewing Co? Up at Caxton Street
It's in the name.
in Queensland.
It's
just
the
in
breast-
case you don't know.
The best brewery on Caxton Street.
The Breast Brewery.
The Breast Brewery in
The
Caxton
best.
Street,
The Breast Brewery. Shout out chicken.
Queensland.
Shout out chicken.
Shout out
Chicken
to
wings.
all the chicken
breast.
and beer.
Do you like that?
Love
Little
that.
Play on.
I do.
So if you want to win, we'll put something up on our on our Instagram,
Yeah.
Bump Out Podcast. Please follow us.
So-
if you're flying up, or if you're in Queensland for work, or if you just want to go there because it's Best Brewing Co. going around.
Breast.
I think we're going to
Breast.
keep breast in.
We're going to keep breast.
I think we.
It's breast. We're talking about chicken, not chicken breast. We're talking about
big
chicken
time.
wings.
Chicken wings, but
Chicken
hey,
wings.
chicken still, you know what it is.
It doesn't matter.
2 hours downstairs in our favourite part of Caxton Street Brewing Co. as well.
Mate, I've heard they've actually upgraded the sound system there too. So even better than last year, mate. We were there for Magic Round. It is our favourite Sprot. Chucking in an R in everything here today.
We are.
It is our favourite spot pre and post Magic Round.
Yeah.
So why not chuck it in there for all the origins, mate?
Well, talking about Origin, thank you to Caxton Street Brewing Co. Thursday, 7:45, Queensland Maroons defeated the New South Wales Blues, 18-14. Queensland finally turned up to Origin. Well done, girls.
I think they took all the Queensland spirit.
I think they did.
took it all.
They did. They finally got some. Maybe the loss the day before helped.
I think it would have fired them up.
Had to fire
personally.
them up. You can't go from a loss into a loss.
Yeah, they
and
were-
sweep.
And they were fired up.
Second year in a row, 3 games. You can't be swept second year. That's just not good for
can't
history
be.
books.
It isn't.
It's not. Finally, they broke the broom that was close to sweeping them. Queensland.
Oh, they broke it.
They broke it.
Broke
They
the
did.
broom.
I think they
Another
broke
R.
it. The way they worked out, they broke the broom. What a feeling to start. The start of this game was the shot from Robinson on Surgis.
Oh, that was
Absolute
fiery.
Rib breaker straight away. I think I set the tone. I loved it. Robinson loved it. Straight face too, ready to go.
And Robinson wanted to have a go with Jamie Chapman too. That battle
Chapman,
on the
she got into her.
that
Mental
battle,
too.
bro. Honestly, that was really
That's
really
phenomenal
good
stuff.
It was.
Into a try-saving tackle for Robinson in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
On
She had
Chapman. On Chapman too.
I think she had a bit of a rough night with her hands, but defensively she was sound, bro.
Yeah.
She was
and
sound.
I think that's what she's known for. It's
Bro.
a little bit Mark Nwangani-Tawase.
I love her aerial
All
ability
about
too.
him. He's probably more her.
Exactly.
He's
Well,
probably more
she
Robinson.
has more rugby league experience, mate.
Exactly.
So let's go with the numbers here, mate.
Half-time New South Wales 8-6.
Oh yeah.
Give us a bit more on the first half.
First off, mate, New South Wales, we just dominated possession, actually.
Yeah.
Jessie Southwell, her kicking game, it really allowed us to end our sets in the right spots, which is exactly what you want. Her ball playing, oh my God. Phenomenal. Some really good shape, some really good ball playing, a few good cutout passes as well from her.
Yep.
Very Latrell Mitchell-like, actually. But a bit more of a floater.
Yep.
Who throws a nice floater, Hayden? Who could you compare it to?
Well, Racine McGregor.
I think so.
Do you see this little jersey here?
That one right there.
That's
Another
it.
shout out, Ray. Maybe Ray should start paying
That
us
too.
for sponsorship.
She's a prodigy.
She is.
Southwell.
Yeah.
She's going to have so many young girls aspiring to be like her. We
Big
actually
time.
said this to Ray, and she reminds me of a young Racine McGregor. Vision, skill, the long ball.
Good step.
We've seen Ray execute that pass and long ball in league and
Yeah.
touch
Big time.
firsthand.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. She's
So good.
Yeah, what was I going to say? Here we go. I'm just going to get my thing again. We turned up the line speed and defensive contact to finish that first half as well. So
Yeah.
we were on a roll. I felt like we went into the break with the momentum, but mate, we continued that field position in the second half. But then, unfortunately, the defensive efforts, they were the momentum changer in the game. We did trap Queensland in their own end, but towards the end of the game, when Queensland obviously started taking advantage of that, I think they just had a lot of experience.
Yeah.
They felt very calm. And even though they were behind on the scoreboard at times, I felt like they
probably stuck to the process a bit more.
They stuck to their processes
Kept
a bit
running
more.
through the middle. Their middles really stood up.
Exactly.
I think in the edges as well.
I loved how they used Ali Brigginshaw through the middle, at hooker at times at 13.
Yep.
I think that was a bit of a master stroke. Her changing there. Lauren Brown at 7.
Liked her.
Very much so.
Good
Very
player.
much so. I think Taryn Aiken played pretty good second fiddle to her. So,
Yeah. Bit of Luai and Galvin about her.
oh, big time, bro. Big time. But the two I want to point out to you, mate,
Yeah.
I thought it was actually Mark Gasnier and Matt Cooper out there. Isabel Kelly
Yeah.
and Jess Surgis.
Well, I thought it was more Hodges and Inglis.
They have to go the New South Wales duo, surely.
Nah. Hodges and Inglis
Surely.
of the women's game.
Of the women's game and of the modern game.
Yeah.
A little bit different. They both, I suppose Matt Cooper was a little bit flashy. I think Isabel Kelly, very similar.
Yep.
And Surgis is obviously on the right there. She does love a bit of a flick pass as well, similar to Gaz.
Yep.
But
Palm
mate,
move.
I love it. I love
Late
it.
footwork.
Them two actually, just coming out of their own end. Fuck, man. The
Them
Roosters
meters.
in the NRLW this year,
Unstoppable. That's why they've won so many
them with
comps.
Koenig,
Yeah.
I don't know how they're all allowed to be in the same team.
Salary cap. Search it up.
Can we get an
Obviously, we're
investigation
fans of Roosters, but our main team are the Dragons.
there?
Racine and Jamie, obviously.
Yeah.
We're number one supporters.
Exactly. And we want to get men's fitting for the women jerseys.
I got told that they are a thing.
They are a thing.
Yeah, the other day. I asked someone at the netball. And
Reliable
they said they're a
sources?
thing. Yeah.
Reliable
She said
sources.
she has one.
She said she has one. She
Yeah.
has a. Does she have a men's?
she has a men's in the women's jersey.
Yeah, I
She
know
would
they
like
do
the
that,
Fit.
but they don't do the women jerseys. So for
Didn't I just say
NRLW,
that? The women's jersey, the Blues jersey, women's team, in a men's fit.
really,
I'm pretty sure she said she has one. Yeah, because it's longer. It's not that wide thing for
bro?
hips.
I went to the Adidas store and I asked them specifically, do you have the women's jersey in a men's fit?
yeah.
And they actually didn't understand
Yeah,
what
that's
I was
why.
trying to say.
They don't know what they're doing. Man.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Dragons, first game of the week, Friday, 8 p.m. St. George Illawarra Dragons defeated the Newcastle Knights 20-6. What
Yeah.
an underwhelming start to the round for,
Oh, yeah.
for a neutral fan specifically. St. George fans, great, good on you. But can we just bring back the Knights from last week, please?
please.
I thought they turned a corner.
Nope.
I thought it was positive.
Nope.
I thought we were coming in with a Newcastle win. I don't even know who I chose. I actually forgot to tip on TBC Live. Join our group on our link in our bio, bumpout.podcast on Instagram.
Bet with your head, not your heart.
Yeah, I don't even think I picked one for this. I don't know why, but a few words come to mind. One-dimensional, lateral attack, lacking creativity.
Are there any positives? Can we talk? And on to the positives.
Well, the positive is...
The game was over and they could play next week.
The positive is Sharp's at the back and there's a lot of potential with their shape.
Yeah.
But they're going sideways.
Yeah.
And the difference
hold on,
is...
hold on. They're going sideways. How many forwards went over 100 metres this week, Hayden?
I'm going to say 0. Yeah. Although, looking positively at it, their forward in Leo Thompson went lateral, found KPP, a person who barely finds the line, let alone
Yeah.
holds the ball,
Nice little flick.
and then gets through. Yeah, it's your try, and you scored with like 15 minutes to go
Yeah.
to avoid another 0, which is
You know what's
which
funny?
which is happening a lot.
You've started with those three little... You rattled off a few things at the start there.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Their attack is near non-existent. They don't throw punches.
Yeah.
They improved slightly with Brayley at hooker and Crosland at 9. We've said this time and time again. They're way too lateral.
Yeah.
They need to straighten up. Matt Arthur needs to come in. Matt Arthur needs to come in. It's time to change.
Yeah.
Change the guard. Honestly, Brayley's going to the Raiders next year. Just drop him. Don't bother. Don't bother. Or send him now.
Yeah.
Send him now. Get rid of him. Because it's not going to bring you any positivity
I
in
don't
this
reckon
team.
they'd want him. The way how good they're going, Danny Levi, Owen Paddy, and Tom Starling.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't.
I just think the Dragons also dropped 2 clear chances,
Yeah.
which could have made the score even uglier for the Knights.
Oh,
So is it officially Hastings time yet?
yeah. Oh, mate, it's been Hastings times for the last 13 weeks, mate.
He come up in our TikTok, and I thought, what's going on?
Did you watch the same one? Or did you send that to me?
No, I just watched.
We watched the same one.
Yeah.
Game day.
Yeah.
He needs to be there, man. He needs to be there.
He does. There's a falling out. It's so obvious. It has to be a falling out. There's no way you don't put someone in there who's a starting halfback at any club.
Yeah. Or
Almost, probably not Roosters because they've had falling outs.
yeah. Anyway,
and all Knights.
Wherever he
anywhere
didn't have
else,
a falling out.
Yeah, I just still think you'd put him in. Surely, I don't mind Cogger and Gamble.
Yeah.
With Ponga out 2 days after Origin, Sharp at the back, usually that attacking force, but by
Normally
himself,
it's the speed through the ruck that they were really good at last week. I thought that, like you said, they'd turn the corner,
Cookie.
but they did not.
With Cookie, you said to me, what a good player, how good's he playing right now? They've just got no cook.
They need more cook.
They would work with a cook.
They need more chefs.
Yeah, they would work with a cook. I'm just thinking who's
in
the forward to go with
kitchen.
them, man?
In the Newcastle kitchen, they need a head chef
Yeah. Chicken breast.
by the name of Jackson Hastings and a sous chef maybe by the name of Tyson Gamble. No.
You saw though, it's hard when all your points come off Dylan Lucas the week before and you try it again, you just get jammed.
Well, you're not
They're a good
versing New South Wales Cup.
Yeah. They're a good
Standard players,
defensive.
mate.
They're a good defensive side too, the Dragons.
Fucking oath
They're
they
not
are,
bad.
bro.
They're doing very well at the moment.
They are, mate.
Give us some positives for the Dragons. Knights, I don't think we have much more. I don't want to go any more at them.
Mate, the Dragons, my biggest takeaway, Loko Pacific Tonga. Finally, first try, third game. So I think we are going to finally see him be unlocked. I think now, who do they have out? They got Ryan Couchman down for the season, Dylan Egan out for the season.
Yep.
That's forcing Luciano Leilua to play an edge. Jaden Sewer also went down on the weekend.
He did, after
so they may
scoring.
need to keep Toby Couchman on an edge. This opens up more minutes, and I think it's Loko time. So we have just scratched the surface of that guy, and I'm telling you, I called him as the Rookie of the Year earlier in the year. We'll talk about guys who may be Rookie of the Year later on.
It's a fair shout.
But I think from now on until the end of the season, he may be the most promising rookie in the comp.
See, the Broncos have Benjamin Takura as well.
In a
who's
similar
about
shape.
2 point something tall.
Yep.
Obviously meters. That's not feet.
Meters.
Thanks. I was
Thanks
thinking
for
to
clearing
myself,
that up.
geez, that's short.
Thanks for
I was
clearing that up.
thinking and I forgot my train of thought because I was thinking about how short is 2
Train of
foot.
thought. You've had a train of thought today because I haven't. Have you heard me have a stroke about 5 times?
It's all
Really
right.
good viewing.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to use Ben Takura the same way.
Yeah.
Locko just looks ready. And you said you were hoping he's getting a game last year. Our Pilates bro.
Yeah.
Shout out Alamotti. Hame Sele. Locko. Our Pilates boys.
Yep. Getting in that prehab, rehab, baby.
At the same time, the way they use that is perfect from Cookie. Should he score that try? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That defense, I watched it again because I thought, I loved it. He got up so pumped, and that's what you want.
So pumped, bro.
At the moment, like the buys they have are the perfect, not just perfect for the players. I'm really, really happy for Iongi at Para, and I love that Gutho's gone, and I love for Rabbitohs right now. All the team, it's just so positive.
Everything's sort of like
I love it. Everything's just
went into
lining
place, isn't it?
perfectly.
Yeah.
The pieces to the puzzle have been perfect.
I think so.
Shout out to Galvin and Willie Mason. I just think it just makes me so happy to see them playing this well.
Yeah.
Even though the Broncos
Even-
aren't playing good, I love seeing guys like this score.
Well,
and
another
playing-
one, Valentine Holmes, bro. He's quick play the ball. He's quick play the balls. He's changed the directions.
Yeah.
It was great ball playing as well from Flano with the double pump to hit Sewer short. I think that
Off
was the
the front
first
foot,
try.
off a breakaway
off
as
the
well.
front foot, mate.
Yeah.
That was like they showed that intent from the start. And Sewer, mate, he was gone. I think he done a Cindy. Might have done a Cindy.
And then he scored.
And he scored with the Cindy. He stayed on for about 25 minutes before they made the change.
Yep.
That was gutsy as fuck. And I thought, you know what, bro, that just shows like how much it means to him. Like a couple of weeks ago, people are going to say he did cost them the game at Magic Round.
Yeah.
But I think he's bounced back pretty well.
100%.
I would have had him in and around that Origin conversation without this injury.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now he's probably
4
going to be
weeks?
unavailable.
4 to 6?
I think they said 2 to 4 at the moment. Initial.
You want him fit, especially Queensland right now.
You want him fit. You want him fit. But
I think a lot of people were bringing him back.
yeah, they rolled the ruck. Perfect for Cook. Perfect for Little.
Yep.
Some great change of directions as well.
Yeah, it's
And, mate,
beautiful for the Dragons.
They took the foot off the pedal late. They could have won that game by 40 easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
It would have been 32 points
Move on.
for sure.
Move on.
Into second game of the week, Melbourne Storm defeated the Gold Coast Titans 28-16.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought a Storm game?
Yeah. Extremely wet conditions for Goldie. I know it's tropical up there, but we expect sunny conditions for a Storm 13 plus, not a wet 1 to 12. Get it together, weather.
I think I jinxed it. So in my tips video, I said the Storm will take advantage of the dry.
Mm-hmm.
No research.
You did say that.
Not one bit of research went into that.
People that are listening, Adrian's looking down the barrel of the camera and telling them how bad he was.
Down the barrel.
It's accountability. It's what we do here at Bump Out Productions.
Mate, I'm known for a backflip and accountability. So what else?
You are known for a backflip. You're pretty mobile, aren't you?
I am.
Quite a bit.
Mobile, mate. That's it. Lateral movement, baby. It's all that Pilates.
Yeah, shout out. we're going to stay on Storm for a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about our optimistic stuff on the Titans. There aren't many, but we'll try our best.
I think it starts with T and ends with Eno, and that's about it. Hit me with it, bro.
I'm a huge fan of Grant Anderson.
Big time.
It's not even it's just the little things.
Can he go to the Broncos now?
I don't want him there now.
Can we inquire?
Because I don't want him there now. Because I think we're going to ruin his confidence and we're going to make him one of us.
Are you going to ruin him?
We're going to ruin him.
Yeah.
I don't want him now. I want him next year off possibly a premiership. Off a really good year.
Are the Broncos toxic? Is that why?
It feels like it.
Far
exactly.
out.
It exactly feels exactly like that. I like that. It is pretty toxic. I don't want him to go now. I thought, do you know what? We'd benefit with him. And I thought, yeah, we would. For 3 runs and for his tries. And then he'd be like, boys, let's go. And the boys would be background like.
You know where I wouldn't mind him at the moment? In the 1.
Yeah.
In the 1.
Probably. I don't know if he probably has the same.
Anyway, let's not talk about the Broncos before the Broncos chat.
Well, we'll get there. Grant Anderson. I love his try scoring ability.
Yeah.
I know this is the NRL podcast, but I love him for SuperCoach.
He's versatile.
I love his effort.
He's versatile.
He's just such a good player. He's such a Storm player. Such a Bellamy boy.
Big time, bro.
BB. Double B.
Double B. BB boy. He's a BB boy.
B squared.
Bellamy boy. Bucking up.
Someone else, I think.
Eli Katoa.
Yeah. What did you think of the Hughes Katoa thing? Was good, but I just think Hughes, they need to stand up a bit more. I know it's hard to roll the ruck. It's hard to get your forwards going. It's hard
in that rain.
In that weather, I know. But they still need to be. They've still got 28 points. So we have a high standard of the Melbourne Storm.
I think the final score flatters the Storm. Honestly.
I agree.
They were not up to Storm standard for me.
It's been 4 or 5 times this year. And I don't think we can just blame the weather for this one.
Bro, you take away the intercept that they scored for Grant Anderson and a try directly off an error.
Yep.
16-all, mate. 16-all against the Titans.
Bellamy's going to be blowing.
Against the Titans.
I'm going to watch his press after this. I want to see Bellamy go. I want to see what he thought.
Did you see I loved when they shot to the box, bro. He was blowing up the Lux. Blowing up the Lux, bro. Bloody hell.
No sympathy for the weather there.
No, definitely not. I think defensively they were sound. I don't think they did too much wrong.
Nah. The Jaden Campbell one. Howarth, too uncharacteristic. Coming back from injury?
Yeah, I think he felt the pressure.
Is it lower leg stuff?
Yeah, lower leg stuff.
Do you think he got a call from Billy or something?
No, I think it was a shoulder for Howarth, actually.
Okay, it wasn't lower leg.
I think he might have.
Maybe
he did look a little bit rattled. I'd like to see how he bounced back this week.
It was wet, and he was going up against Jojo Fafita, who's been pretty good recently. He's been beating his centre quite a bit. Why do you think they pushed Sammy out to the wing?
Him and Phil Sammy together, I really don't mind them as a combo.
Did you see the runaway, Grant Anderson?
These are positives. Look at his positives.
Did you see Grant Anderson, the runaway? Did you see Jojo Fafita come from nowhere?
He's quick. Apparently, he's quicker than Khan.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but the way he looked was good. Philip Sammy's no slouch.
God, no.
And he had to get there, turn around,
forgotten man
run.
in the Queensland team, Phil Sammy.
Exactly
Phil
right.
Sammy.
On the worst Queensland team of all, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
It was.
Mates, they did what they needed to do. They actually turned up the heat in stages of the game.
Yeah.
They forced errors with their contact. That's what the Melbourne Storm do. They mounted some pressure with their contact, their ball. Some nice short kicking from Munster.
Yeah.
But, mate, it's a Storm. It's a Storm.
Pappy still, bit of class.
Bit of class from him.
If he was caught into Origin, I know he's not going to get caught into Origin. There's too many good players, but geez, he wouldn't disappoint you.
No, God, no. God, no.
All right, Titans.
Titans, mate, I think they're going to take away actually a lot from this game.
Yep.
So they were competitive. They didn't really allow the Storm to control the ruck, even though the weather was in their favour, you know.
Yep.
A few calls didn't go their way. They did have a sniff. I think they'll be disappointed that they didn't actually get a bit closer. Their errors crept into their game as well, towards the break especially. But they took a wish-out dummy.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
He dummies more than he passes.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
You're
more
right.
than me. And I dummy a lot.
It's a dummy. Yeah, it's a big dummy.
I'm a big dummy.
Yep.
And
Who dummies?
I do dummy a lot.
Dummies the ball.
I do, mate.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I like that. Picking out a characteristic that they would have done video on all week. Don't fall for these dickheads dummy.
And you would have known by the lineup that they picked.
Yeah.
And once Harry Grant got ruled out, he got ruled out like 2 or 3 days before the game.
Pretty early. Yep.
Pretty early. You know that he's going to come on and play hooker. You know, as soon as he gets in and around that hooker position,
That close
Dummies
to the
on,
line?
dummies on, dummies on, dummies on.
That close to the line, yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
another positive is they lost Brimson and De Groot early.
Big losses.
Concussion and injury.
Jaden Campbell, but
Jaden Campbell, great at one, but also they'd be looking at it going, we don't have... I haven't looked at your notes, by the way. I'm just saying this
I know.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, I know. You're
And I've
literally
looked at
following.
your notes, that's twice, and and I was like, wow, we've said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Surely they're looking at it behind the scenes going, boys, we just lost two of our best integral parts of our spine.
Mm-hmm. In a monsoon.
Tommy Weaver comes straight in. We're not bad. Foreign as well. Fair enough. They beat Foreign so many times. Like, I think the writing's on the wall for Foreign. I don't know if he's re-signed for next year.
He's not.
He's not. I think he goes straight into a coaching role or something.
I've heard coaching stuff.
I think you do.
We have a few connects up in that part of the town, and I've heard.
I think there's something going on there because it just doesn't feel like, even the way he gets dummied and Pappy runs past him there, a lot of people have been aiming at that 6.
Yeah.
And I just think it may be time. If you've got all these boys healthy, I know that's why I reckon he puts himself in 14.
I think you carry. I think you start him, and you carry Tom Weaver on the bench.
Okay. Well, okay.
Jaden Campbell plays 6, and you have AJ at the back.
Yeah.
Moving forward until Keanu Kinney's ready.
Okay.
Shout out to Keanu Kinney. Signed till 2030.
Love that.
Same as Brimson.
Yeah. So smart.
Is that writing on the wall? Is Jaden Campbell going?
No, I think they'll see how Campbell goes, and then he can decide what he wants to play.
I think he's a 6. Perfect 6.
Yeah.
For me.
So then Kinney fullback.
Kinney
Brimson
fullback.
7.
Brimson. I called
Brimson
Brimson
centre.
7 at the start of the year.
Brimson 7.
I think you put the more responsibility you put on AJ. He needs like a Joey to come and teach him a kicking game. And I think he can do it. Jerome Hughes esque.
Okay, but Jerome Hughes is an anomaly though.
Is he?
I just don't think that controlling the ruck and controlling the attack.
They need a good 9 then.
Yeah, exactly right. You need someone there to really take it off him because Hughes has learnt from being behind Cameron Smith. Now he's behind one of the best game managers in with Munster and Grant. there.
Reach out to the Knights and take Brayley.
I don't mind it. He's got direction. It's just the injuries.
Verrills is good enough, but he's
a 14.
you need someone with a bit of creativity. I think Verrills is a very like Roosters, like Reece Robson style hooker. Just gives in good
More
service.
flashy.
Good service.
I think he's pretty flashy though.
You reckon?
Yeah, a bit more flashy.
Don't know.
He's got the Louis around the world dummy.
That's very true. That's
You
very
won't
true.
understand that, but
Let's move on.
It's okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah, moving on. Next game, Saturday 5:30. North Queensland Cowboys defeated the West Tigers 32-28.
Yeah.
Let's start with two very, very silly sin bins from the Tigers in the first half. The issue with that is, for me, avoidable sin bins. That's the most frustrating thing for me as a neutral fan, and I'm sure Tigers fans would be saying the same thing.
That was very 2024 Tigers. That first half.
And I could see it. They had the box flashing as well as Appy, and the way Appy and like Luai were looking at the big screen,
Yeah.
it just looked like they realised, shit, we've been told to not do this from last year, and now it was like Dad's going to hit us. Like Dad's going to be
Well, that's
there
good. You want them to
yelling at
have
us.
a bit of
I
accountability.
think so. I think it was. Well, few positives and stats. 4 tries were scored with the Tigers player in the bin. I feel like the game would have ended the same, just lower scoring, close game.
Yeah.
Tigers fans are going to be optimistic, which I think is great. The Cows' 5th try was their first with 13 on 13. They only scored 2 with the full squad. Although I think they did switch off 26 points up. So it's positive.
Do you think?
But people are going to say as well that Tigers were just really good. Yeah. You have this in you and it's positive signs. You're not any other 20 apart from 2005 Tigers.
Tigers don't
You
have
are
shape.
better.
Tigers don't have shape.
You think so?
Tigers don't have
They
structure.
play off the cuff.
Don't have
Very
structure.
Cowboys 2023, Cowboys.
2005 Tigers in the modern day.
Nah, they don't have the talent like that. Do you reckon? Do they have that influential
They
player?
just throw the ball around,
If they
bro.
keep Galvin.
They just
I
throw
know
the
it's
ball
not
around.
good to say, but if they keep Galvin,
Soon
Luai
as-
and Galvin, bro, that's Scott Prince and Benji. It's close enough. Luai jumping around like he's got something
Scott
in his
Prince.
pants.
I think that's a bit of a poke on Scott Prince there. He was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking Galvin, Scott Prince, and then Luai's Benji. Just the way he jumps around, not the talent.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? It's
Bro,
completely different players, man. That's
At that
the thing.
time, they were nearly the best halves in the comp.
Clive Churchill was Scott Prince.
Yeah.
That's
See
the
what I mean?
shows. And Benji did the flick pass.
Yeah, I know.
Paddy Richards.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not put
Yeah.
them in that echelon then.
No.
Let's bring that back
All
down.
right, delete. edit.
Retract.
Back to normal.
Backflip.
Tigers.
Hayden
start with-
backflip.
Let's start with two very silly sim bins. Yeah, the sim bins are just frustrating. As a Tigers fan, you'd be going, why can't you do this from the start of the game?
Oh, mate.
But you needed a bit of adversity. I feel
Shocking.
like the Cowboys need a bit of adversity too to turn it on.
Well, they got their swing of possession, right? That's one. They got some field position,
Yeah.
and they just threw the ball around. That's the three things that they did in that last, what was it, maybe 17 minutes, something like that?
Yeah.
Mate, what did they come away with? 4 tries, 3 tries? Like
In
that's
a very short amount of time. Yeah.
But again, you're not going to be able to do that in minute 10.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
You're
You need
not.
to set that foundation. You
think
need to be
something
able to structure your gameplay.
Yeah, I think something that hurt them as well, Cotter, Dearden, finally felt the effects late,
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
I think maybe, like...
I don't know. I don't think so. I think the Cowboys, they just went to sleep. Like, game was done, bro.
They
Game
do
was
that,
done,
though.
man.
They lose these games too, Cows.
They sure
I'm really
were.
surprised they held on.
They sure were. But they dominated in the periods that they needed to.
Yeah.
Like, through the middle, the West Tigers, they actually couldn't keep up.
You're right.
Like, for the first 60, they couldn't.
Well, you're never going to keep up with 2 sin bins.
Mate, if
no,
you
seriously.
for 20 minutes of the first half, with half the time you have a man less.
You killed Terrell May. Suka comes on, does his best. Did good game, good young player.
And I feel sorry for him, man. Like,
yeah.
I like to see the Tigers do well, but unfortunately this week,
It wasn't the best.
not good enough.
Move on to the Cowboys.
Not good enough.
The Purdue and Dearden show. Between them, 6 line break assists, 4 try assists, 2 tries, 2 line breaks.
Holy shit.
It reminds me of the young Dearden, the young Hughes and Munster.
Yeah, it sure does.
It just does. And the controlling's not there. But Dearden, I feel like he's controlling without being controlling. He's controlling in his 6, in his own way.
Yeah.
He just demands the ball and then does what he needs to. Even if he dummies too much for a
I
second.
don't know.
Like,
did you see what he was wearing underneath? Was it the Queensland 7?
Is he gag-eyed, has he?
Is he? I think
He's got the
that-
jersey underneath.
What do they say? That was his trial, mate.
Yeah.
That was his trial,
Yeah.
and he ticked all the boxes that he needed to for me.
I said it 3-4 weeks ago. I thought Slater told him, like, I didn't think Clifford was that bad.
No.
Defensively, we talked about the Vilea Derby edge.
Yeah.
It's still just as bad. Purdue hasn't helped it.
No, fuck
but
no.
but still, their left second row, who's that?
Their left second row is Nano.
It's still Nanai?
I know.
Okay. Because
Right,
I
it's
think,
Bateman.
yes, because he did okay. And he got the try and he loved
Yeah,
it.
he did okay.
He loved it.
Yeah, because he wanted
Loved
to rub it in the Tigers.
So, actually, I forgot. We've got to go back to give a player standout. Stafford Toa.
oh,
Apologies.
Mamaninga.
I just had a little flashback then of who scored the other tries and how good they were.
What's with him and rinsing the Cowboys?
Was that last time? Was it?
Does he have a personal vendetta against them?
Was that
Maybe he wants to play for the Cowboys.
Jeez, he'd be good there. They need a sorry, Valia. But, bro, Toa goes there. But that'd be crazy. If he's on, he's a little bit injury prone, I think. Or is that just a
Bit hot and
recency
cold
thing
too.
in my
Bit hot
ears?
and cold.
You reckon?
Bit hot and cold. Again, the gap between his best game and his worst game is quite far.
He fixes that up.
He's manly.
Yeah.
He's manly.
Thank you.
You're welcome, bro.
Makes it easier.
Mate, quick play to balls, winning contact.
Yeah.
A lot of post-contact meters, actually. They rolled through them. And then to play straight and direct halves off the back of that,
Yep.
it was perfect footy.
It's
It was perfect footy.
for them specifically.
When Purdue was named at 6, I went back and looked at some high school footy highlights that they had of him playing as 6.
Yep.
Every single play, right foot step, straight through. Finally got to see it.
Yeah.
Finally got to see
It's
it.
smart.
I looked at it and I went, yeah, I thought he was good. Hayden said to me 4 weeks ago, should Purdue be in the squad for Origin? I was wrong.
I
He
showed
should.
you last year. This Purdue kid. He come in for, I think, 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Could he be rookie of the year? I have to look that up. I don't think he'd be up there right now, but I mean, maybe because North Queensland have been so good without him.
There are
He's
some
been pretty good.
real hot contenders
He's been pretty good.
physically and
To come in and
ability-wise.
dominate and kick out Clifford, one of the best kicking games in the whole NRL.
Literally.
To come in and play 6 for
And
the
I feel like
Cows.
they're not
if he
lacking-
takes them to the finals, we do the LM before it, don't we?
We do. But
I don't like that.
we do take that into consideration. I think they're
If he
grand
brings
final
them-
week.
If he brings them like top 4,
think it's grand final week,
so if
isn't
they
it?
get to prelim
Yeah.
and he pushes them, him and Dearden,
You never know. But I wouldn't
like
take that
that.
into consideration.
You
I'd
don't
take
think so?
rounds 1 to 27. It's Dally Emma for the rounds. It's not for the finals. That's why you have a
at
Clive
all,
Churchill.
you wouldn't take it in at all?
No, I don't think so. I think you take into consideration where they finished on the ladder,
Yeah.
but their actual finals play, not really.
Wow.
Not really.
See, I think that pushes them to the next level.
Yeah.
If Purdue can somehow come in and like kick out a Manly or something with Tommy,
This is with
firing,
Drinky playing a
it's
6 or a 7.
It's so smart. I
Drinky
love
plays
it.
a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Dearden plays the same every week. And if you have Purdue also peaking,
Off the back of it. Because it's like having Sharp there. It's like having a winger just in your wings. Just
You
like,
know what
hey,
they
bro,
need?
I'm just going to come there. I'm
they
just
just
going to be there.
need they need one of their big forwards to like reignite the flame. They need like a Cotter to get his mojo back, or like they need Tamalota to wind the clock back like 5 years, and they would be genuine premiership contender.
I agree.
Genuine.
I like it. I think we leave it there.
I think
they
so.
just can't be conceding this amount of try. They can't switch off.
Mate,
I don't know what it is.
They're the one team you don't want to concede 2 sin bins to, first of all. And they were up 32-6 for 17 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Like, they went to sleep, mate.
Yeah.
For all the good they did in the first 63 minutes,
They
Todd
kinda- I
Todd
think
Payton's
yeah.
going to pound them for
I
the next
agree. I think they undid it.
next week. They
I
undid
agree
it,
with
mate.
you. Last game on Saturday, 7:35, Manly Seagulls defeated the Brisbane Broncos 34-6.
Yeah.
So from the kickoff, Manly were in charge. It didn't really falter throughout the game as well.
Yeah.
It did feel like they were just pushing the Broncos around wherever they needed them.
They did.
Starting from a simple grubber into the in goal. Arthurs could have picked it up or grounded the ball, chooses to swipe it out
Yep.
past the dead ball line.
Should we just knock that off and
And-
just say Arthur's not a one?
Oh,
Let's
I
just
don't
move
know.
on.
Falalo picks it up, first try. So
Yep.
that's 6 minutes in.
Downhill from there.
I just feel like it didn't help.
You know what didn't help? Lehigh making a fucking line break in the first set.
Yeah. Nearly scoring straight away. It was 88% completion rate, 46 completed sets for Manly, to Broncos 75% completion rate, 28 completed sets. Errors 11-6 for Manly. So it was pretty even apart from that.
Yeah.
They were actually praising the Broncos on a little bit on commentary, which was like, okay, it's still we're losing
They were
by a
in the
little
fight.
bit, but
They were in the fight.
in the fight, it feels like it's just okay. I'm gonna stay. Who are we going with first? I'm gonna go to Broncos. I just
Go
think
Broncos. Let's
I'm
just get
not
the
as
Broncos over
I'm
and
not as disappointed. I'm very disappointed, but I'm not as disappointed with this one. We weren't conceding points through the middle.
Yeah.
They weren't running over us. It wasn't 20. When did we get the spoon? I blocked it out of my mind. Was it 2021 or 20?
I've also blocked
You
it, mate.
blocked it out, so I'm glad. So we both done. It's probably 2021. Let's say that.
Yeah.
They weren't the barge over tries like our wooden spoon years.
Oh, no. The effort's there.
The defense wasn't
The effort's there.
too bad. Our defense was not bad. It was a clinic. It was a short kicking game from Cherry Evans.
Yeah.
It was a kicking clinic. Short
was a
kicking game
kicking
for
clinic.
points and long kicking game for field position.
But he's also
It was just a really good response from a quiet origin player.
taken advantage of defensively not a fullback.
Okay, that too. I just don't think that those short kicks were just perfect. You saw it with the
He was on.
Canberra as well. The short kicking game against Tedesco.
Yeah.
Like, it just it's just too good.
Yeah, I know.
And it was just Cherry Evans, one of his best games.
Bounce back
What do you mean?
from Origin.
Yeah,
He was very quiet
from a
in
quiet
Origin.
game. That's exactly why.
Like, he wasn't bad, but he was quiet.
Yeah, another negative. Cobbo's way too quiet.
Cobbo played.
The fact he isn't even jumping to compete
Cobbo played.
for a high ball is worrying. The fact he's not even jumping for a high ball, I just don't think it's.
Don't you
something
have
wrong with him.
outside back depth, bro?
There's something wrong with him. I don't know. But
Don't you have it? What happened to fucking...
the next guy, Mariner? Shouldn't even be in the team. He's unfortunately a Queensland Cup at the moment. He should be dropped.
defensively?
Defense, I don't care about his attack. Your defense is what you build your game on.
See, I think...
Your defense is what you build
I
your
think you
game
got-
on, bro. What do you Bulldogs have your standard for?
Yeah, I know, but I think you have something to work with there. Like, I wouldn't say that Mariner is like not worth putting the effort into.
I don't want to say what I think.
I think
It's
he's a
not gonna
center.
be nice.
One, I think he's a center. I've said that for fucking 3 years. He's a center. You need a good defensive six and a good defensive winger on the outside of him. You don't have one. You realistically don't have a good defensive winger.
No, we
So-
never have.
Unless it's Arthur's on the outside of him,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe.
But Ezra Mam and Adam Reynolds, not the greatest defensive
No.
halves, right?
Even Ben Hunt.
Yeah, I know. You don't really have much to do there.
Do you
And
know what we lacked?
Again, your second rowers aren't fucking...
No, they're never a flash spot as
No.
well. You know what we lacked? Experience 7. Literally, we lacked an experience 7. Reynolds right now
He's injured, right?
there's something wrong with him.
He's injured.
I don't
He's
even
playing
know.
injured.
It feels like they're being told to do something that they're not comfortable with. Like, just complete your sets, do this. The Broncos play off the cuff. The Broncos are Cowboys. When we're good, we're as good as Cowboys were the other day. We know this. We outscore teams. We don't defensively beat teams. We did it in the final to Penrith.
Yeah.
We did that. We outscored Penrith and then they just came back.
There's just not enough
We
punch
have
at the
never
moment.
been. Exactly. It's just what it is. Ma'am, yeah, we were 6-4. We were up 6-4 and I thought, how the hell are we winning this game
Mam
right
looked
now?
good too. I thought he was keen.
Mam has brought the spark.
He has.
Mam is the spark at the moment.
But I'm
There's something
for some
there.
reason, and trust me, I would be the first person on earth to love to shit on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Right? But for some reason, I just have this feeling that you're going to click. And when you click, fucking look out.
I bloody hope so, man. Because at the moment, I won't be picking the Broncos again.
I picked you this week 13+, and I was confident.
No.
I think I might have been a week.
What about
early
Titans? We'll lose this week. You said it the other week. I said to you, we're going to get the spoon. You said they've got the Knights in the comp. I actually think we'd lose against Knights. We will get the spoon this year.
No, you can't lose against the Knights.
We will.
You can't.
Who's going to put points on? But we can't even defend.
Yeah, but they don't score points.
They can't defend.
They don't score points.
We score points. Okay,
You score points.
Our points for it is quite high.
You'd be able to score a lot against them.
We scored 6, but
and they wouldn't be able to score against you, I'm telling you.
Okay, so then we're going by just points for in that game. Okay.
I think so.
So it could even be a 36-12 or something just for the sake of points. Seriously, bro, if we don't improve, we're getting the spoon. It just has that feeling about it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're missing Walsh. He's our attack. Like, he is the attack.
But then at the start of the year, we were saying he was the problem of the attack.
Yeah, I agree.
Catch 22. Exactly. What do you want him to be?
Although we scored a lot of points with him there still. We're just losing the games. Now we don't have a lot of points in us.
And you're still losing.
Well, we've been losing recently. We were in front 2 of the games and we got kind of run down. 14 points is not a lot, but still you're in front.
Yeah.
At halftime.
How the fuck did you beat the Bulldogs by 40?
I don't know. We played good for once. Everything clicked. Like you said. I just think I'm coming back to all the other teams and I think they're shit. We should have beat them. Dragons are not shit. Rabbitohs are not shit. I gave my team too much credit back then, and I'm too optimistic looking at it. Yes, we should have beaten them for the sake of getting the scalp. Roosters are not shit.
There are
these 3 teams that we should have beaten, and we come back and they just pumped us.
I think this year the competition is as open as it's ever been.
100%. Have you seen the draw? Apart from you.
One win between, I think it was Penrith, who were sitting second last.
We lose this week and Penrith win. We're coming last. We're on 12 points.
Shit,
if Titans beat us, we're coming last.
Dogs have winning the comp on 22.
If Penrith win,
it's not a lot.
It's not a lot, is it? If Penrith win, they're on 11 points right now. They'll go to 13. We're on 12. If Titans beat us, we're on 12. We might be okay because of the for and against, but we will be tied last. There'll be like 6 or 8 teams on last. Oh, sorry, 4 to 6 teams.
4, yeah.
It's crazy, and it makes a lot of sense because the comp's been like that.
Yeah.
It's just the outstanding one, the outlier there, are unfortunately the Knights. The rest, even Dolphins. We beat the Dolphins, bro. We beat the Dolphins by heaps. And now we can't even come back and beat a Tommyless Manly.
Again.
Were they good or did we put them into form? We've done it again. We put them back into form. We did it on the show the other week.
Can you play us again?
Mate, we're coming and you're going to fucking demolish us. And I'm going to sit and watch it. I'm going to take it. And I'm going to bet against us.
Good.
Well, you know what? I might actually win some money. I might be good. And Cass is going to be listening to this, hating it. Everyone's going to be listening to it, hating it. But it's just how it is. Give us some positives on Manly because we don't need much more on. If there's anything, Lehigh really good at fullback. Really liked him.
Falalo.
Yeah,
our boy. We picked him out in the trials, man.
He's a good player. I don't think he was that good in this game though.
I think you as the Broncos would kill for a Falalo right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just don't think he'd
Cass, am I saying that right too, please? Cass, can we get a pronunciation check?
Falalo. Falalo? Yeah. Sounds right. I think, was he that good? Arthurs pushes it out. He jumps on it. He was silky. I like the wing stuff on the line.
Yeah.
The flicking up stuff. That's talent. You don't teach that.
I think intensity. Their start.
Big time. Big time.
They came out raring to go. They look physically ready, and you guys look like you're still sitting on the bus having a protein bar.
Big time.
Honestly.
Again. It's exactly right.
But then again, this team, they're either red hot or they shoot blanks.
Yeah.
Like genuinely.
And I'm happy for them as a team that they could see this win without Tommy.
Yeah.
I think they said, was it without Tommy, without Jake Trbojevic, they hadn't won a game in like 9 games or something. We hadn't really played them at a day game though. We usually play them at Magic Round because that's their home game at Suncorp.
Yeah.
Shout out Caxton Street Brewing Co.
But they had a few middles come back as well. Aloye was back. Might have been Sipley, maybe. Anyway, let's not go into it.
It still doesn't matter.
Doesn't, mate.
It's not good enough, bro.
It doesn't. I think they found a lot of mismatches all night. So I think they were really good ball playing to engage your halves as well. Again, we just discussed they're not really defensively that great, so it might not have been that hard, but their kicking game and a very controlled performance by DCE.
Yeah.
That's genuinely what they did. They did. Sorry, mate.
You go.
They did what worked, mate. They had real good defensive signs early as well.
Yeah.
I think they were tested on their line, but they just swallowed up everything that you threw at them. Pretty simple.
Do Queensland need what Cherry Evans just did?
Yeah.
Yes, would it happen the same way?
No.
No way. Like,
No.
the thing is, when he kicks that ball behind, your players are running. Everyone's running back. Like,
Cleary did a DCE to DCE
big time.
in New South Wales.
Exactly. And these were smart plays from a very, very, very good player
Exactly.
against a team who's not in form, mentally not there. Shout
Yeah.
out to Mental Health Round, which should be around this week. The Broncos will be wearing their Black Dog Institute kit.
Yeah, nice.
Black Dog Institute kit.
Nice.
Which will be very nice. Broncos need to wake up too, because we're about to lose this round by 30 against the Titans.
And I'm telling you, bro, I'm ready to get hurt again.
Nah. Broncos won't win another game all year.
Okay. Clip it up.
Round 13.
Clip
we
it up.
won't win another game all year. If we keep playing like this,
Yeah.
the only thing I can see it's going to turn us around is Walsh. It has to be. Thank
Let's
you.
see.
Thank you. You got your fingers crossed
Is
for
he,
those.
is he a
listening.
generational talent? Let's fucking
Jeez,
find
don't
out.
put that on him.
Let's find out.
I think you need a bit more of the generational talent to fix this side.
Hot boy stuff.
They're going. Yeah, he's
when
hot.
in doubt,
Go hot. Thank you. Sunday, 2 p.m. New Zealand Warriors defeated the South Sydney Rabbitohs 36-30. So I'm calling it. This is the best 3 Sunday games we've ever seen in the NRL.
100%.
This day was the best footy.
100%.
I love it. And I know
Hayden?
it's not going to be every week. Shout out to the girls and guys Origin. Mm-hmm. But seriously, this close finishes, high scoring and competitive. You don't see that 3 games in a row.
Hayden, I sat today after work
Hmm.
and rewatched the minis of all 3.
Yeah. Shout
That's
out
how
to the
good they
christening.
were. That's how good they were. We watched them. We watched them. We wrote notes. We were actively watching, but
Yeah.
I wanted to rewatch them
They were,
because they were genuinely that good.
they were fun.
They were
And
really,
they were fun
really
to
good, bro.
rewatch. That's another way we could work it out.
Yeah.
The people don't realize that we watch them a few times, and sometimes you go in, you are mentally done. Like, it is just
Oh, yeah.
shit.
I was flat.
Broncos one specifically. For a Manly fan, yeah, great. But Broncos watching, I literally was like rolling my eyes when they were scoring, like, what is going on?
Big time.
These games were fun. Like,
They definitely were.
they're in form. These 6 sides, I am so happy with at the moment. And people are going to go, oh, yeah, Para can't win a game. Mate, Rabbitohs, Warriors, Penrith, Para into a Canberra, Sydney Roosters
Yeah.
could make up the top 8.
Go and watch Parramatta in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, you won't be able to sit there through 80 minutes of football.
Mm-hmm.
This one, mate, I was hanging on to every moment.
Yeah.
Every moment. And you know what? They were fucking unlucky, even though we're not talking about their game.
Yes. So back to, I'm going to start with Souths. Really impressive from Souths on the back of Latrell.
Yeah.
Plays his role for New South Wales, then pulls Souths back into the close one against the top 4 Warriors. Competition's heating up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Individual talent in this one kept them in it.
Yeah.
And I think they were one Latrell play away from winning, mate.
As it is, as usual. Like, this is the one that put into perspective for the Broncos Rabbitohs game.
Yeah.
Where I sat back and went, all right, Latrell did it against Warriors.
Yeah.
They beat Broncos by 2 points.
The quality-
You flip around a few of those games, the points go elsewhere here.
The quality in this game was far higher.
Big
Far
time.
higher from both teams, too.
36-32, the
Oh,
points
yeah.
are there.
Yeah.
But it's not because of poor play, I think.
No. They keep the
you
ball in play.
You take away 2 tries each from like intercepts, or runaways,
But
which
that
both
happens.
teams did.
Yeah.
It's 20-20, which is a tight game.
Yeah.
You go the extra 2 tries, the intercept from AJ, the runaway from Metcalf.
Yeah.
Little uncharacteristics from both sides, which will be very disappointed.
Yeah, big time.
Webster and Bennett will be disappointed with those.
Big
you
time,
don't
bro.
want those.
No.
You're going for top 4.
You
You're
want
not, you're not going.
You
you're
want
not that.
consistent. You want consistent 80-minute performances, and I think both teams were sort of guilty of just clocking off for short periods of time. And when you're versing someone like Latrell Mitchell and even Luke Metcalf, I think I put him in that
Big
same echelon.
Yeah.
Not in regards of
I know,
player,
as
but I
in
think
influence.
in capitalizing on the clock offs.
Yep.
He's very alert.
Listen to this.
Very alert.
50% possession each, 82% to 80% completion rate to the Rabbits.
Wow.
2-second difference in time of possession. 2 second.
2 seconds.
27 minutes each. Listen, the next few are the same. Ineffective tackles, errors, and the Warriors. And the Warriors had one of their enforcers go down in Barnett.
Yeah, they did.
They were basically the same. Most of them. Like
Crazy.
nearly every stat.
Yeah.
And it's the same for a lot of the games. But how lucky are we to sit back and look at how good 2 fullbacks in our game are, Chance and Latrell.
Chance was on one too.
I just feel like happy. Tackle breaking, try scoring machines.
Extremely different, but unique to each of their teams.
Yes.
So Chance, actually, I got some stats for you on Chance, mate.
Please.
The NO man, 28 runs, 339 meters, 97 of those post contact, 8 tackle breaks, 1 line break, and 1 try.
Incredible. And people were calling for him when he came from Canberra.
Yeah.
People going, is he done?
Is he done?
Mate,
RTS has got to play fullback.
He was never done. He was never done.
No, he's only just getting started, bro.
Right, the way this team's going, they are so exciting.
They are.
So exciting. And shout out to Souths too. They did really well. I'm not going to say they didn't deserve it. They could have jumped over him and to even fight back against this type of Warriors team.
Yeah.
Credit to them.
This Warriors team is built different. These games that they normally drop, like this Warriors team last year would have lost this in the last minute.
Big time. They lost Barnett, Mez.
Yeah.
New South Wales hero.
Literally.
New South Wales, he played so well for New South Wales.
They're co-captain. They just played 6 weeks without Fisher Harris.
Yep.
Now they're going to have to play without Mitch Barnett.
Do you know what the biggest positive for me is? Is seeing how good the bench players came on.
Vamanga.
Aaron Clark played 55 minutes. Our boy, 55 minutes.
Which is low for him.
Very low.
Over the last few
Very low
weeks.
with a no Barnett. So Webster trusted the bench boys to come on, the young boys, to come on and still dominate.
Big time.
And that's a credit to them. How good is that?
It sure is. It sure is. I think, look, Aaron Clark moving forward, he's going to have to play more minutes than 55.
Yeah.
Admittedly. Maybe it was a game where he thought, you know what, let's just see how they go.
Yeah,
let's
because
give him a bit of a rest.
In the future.
Barnett's down. Initial reports, ACL.
Yeah. I think it was confirmed.
If he's going, man, my physios are pretty on point. They've told Aaron's going to have to play big minutes in the next few weeks
resting
coming up.
For a bit.
Let's see how the young boys go. Give him a bit more.
We're in front by quite a bit too.
They were in front, and they also missed so many goals. Like Metcalf missed a fair few, mate. Like they could have realistically put Rabbitohs to bed, I think, a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
They'll be disappointed in the way that they did that, but I think they managed the game at the back end. And as well, like they were also happy to use the ball off the back of their second phase play, which is really exciting. They're just such a good team to watch.
They are.
Such a good team to watch. You know, happy to make a mistake throwing the ball, but they're always there. They're always backing each other up.
They're just a feel-good story.
They are. They honestly are.
They're good to watch. And shout out to South too. I don't want to go against them. I love how they've played. Anything specific on them before we move on?
Well,
we've gloated about them.
200 tries for AJ.
Yeah.
That has to be said. And Keon Kolomatangi through the middle.
Yeah.
The next immortal. The 9th, I think they're calling him.
Keon.
He's like, again, stay tuned. Yeah, I'm not going to give you my opinion about Keon because...
Is he top 5 middle in the NRL?
100%. 100%.
Give us your quick 5.
From Perth Bears.
Quick 5.
From Perth Bears, I'm inquiring.
No way they let him go. There was no way they'd even let it. They'd have to sign him now.
Top 5 middles in the NRL.
Yep.
Payne Haas.
Yep.
Tarpanay. AFB.
Yes.
Fisher Harris has to be there. What? Roll the eyes? Rolling of the eyes.
Keon goes there before Fisher Harris for me.
Fuck, Tino.
Keon's there before Fisher Harris. Take him out.
Keon 6. Top 6. Top 6. Take it back. I can't move any of those 5.
Yeah, it's too good. But leave it there.
Leave it there.
That's good.
Oh, and 7, Aaron Clark. Apologies.
Are we saying front? Nah,
Apologies.
one of the best locks in the game.
Middles, just middle.
In general.
Just middle.
Okay, put him in.
Just middle. Move on.
Sixth game of the week. Actually, 6th game? Yeah, because there was only 7, wasn't there?
It was 6. Yep.
Wow, I did 0A and 0B as the first 2 games.
0A and 0B.
Just to make sure. I didn't want to put 1 as the origin because I was like, we're just too many games.
We are all about the little details here.
It is. Sunday 4:05. Shout out to the christening. Penrith Panthers defeated Electric Eels 18-10. Once again, very similar stats. 50% possession, 86 to 81% completion rate to Penrith. 3 second time in possession difference.
Jesus.
Again, 2 games in a row, high quality, 30 minutes each with the ball in hand.
Yeah.
Hard fought battles between 2 teams at a top 8 standard for us. And you know how high we've been on para.
Yeah. So these two, I think they played out of their skin. They had a performance that doesn't necessarily be correlated to where they stand on the ladder.
Yeah.
I think the quality of football,
the
quality of football that they played, it honestly felt like a semi-final game.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm getting that vibe. Did you get that vibe as well?
I did. It could be the CommBank thing too. They're both
could be the CommBank.
Home. A lot of fans turned out.
Penrith have finally beaten the CommBank curse, Hayden.
They did, and the CommBank curse came back to para. That's because that's their ground. It's their ground though, so it did curse them.
It's now been reversed back to Parramatta. So hopefully, I watched them lose on Monday. I watched them lose on Monday actually
against the Doggies.
Yeah, that's correct, mate.
Ooh,
you like that?
Yeah, right.
A little bit of that.
Getting the scarf
Get this on. Get this on.
Get the scarf on.
I need to get the omens going.
For those listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Adrian's just thrown off, as you could hear from the scratch on the mic.
Yes.
Threw off a New South Wales scarf. he's
Put
gone
on
for
my
the
Bulldogs
Doggies because Doggies didn't play, so he had to represent someone this week.
Exactly.
So he went for New South Wales.
And I
Fair
can't
shout.
wear any of that shit over there, so...
What's that? The New South Wales scarf's on the ground though.
No, shit over there, that way,
okay.
Hayden. Look.
Casey McLean, glue hands.
Glue hands.
Herbie Farnworth Jr.
Well done.
Scores his first try running a nice line.
Yeah, very
Then,
good line.
beautiful deft touch right in behind the defensive line for Jenkins to score. You don't teach that. That's instinctual footy.
I thought that lit the fuse in the Panthers. That little deft touch there.
It's beautiful stuff. That was a perfect kick for Jenkins.
You still saying he's a winger?
Yeah.
I
think Jenkins is
growing
there
on me,
because... Yeah, I think Jenkins is there. That's no Alamotti, isn't it?
No Alamotti.
Yeah, Jenkins is there
Injured.
because Edwards is out. Because Edwards is there.
Yeah.
I think when he's out, I know they go Dane Laurie at fullback. You got to fit him in as a quality player, but Jenkins is my boy.
I'd love Jenkins at fullback.
I've been a big fan of Jenkins for a while. I don't know what it is.
Again, Perth Bears.
That's a big one for Perth.
I think
Matty Arthur at 9.
I think we'd have to sit down and go through a Bears 1 to 17.
Malmaninga coach. Matty Arthur 9.
That's a good signing to start. It's a good signing to start.
Straight to Jenkins. Yeah.
Back to Penrith, mate. First half felt like a very Penrith first half, mate. They ended their sets well. Some real good goal line defense. Blaze Talangi, some good ball playing.
Yeah.
He's getting it, that kid. He's getting it slowly but surely. He's getting it. Nathan Cleary is just setting him up.
Yeah.
They must be doing sort of like little bit of backyard footy. Come here, kid. I'll show you something.
Semrani was filling in for Pensini.
Oh, poor Semrani.
Unfortunately.
He dropped one over the line too, that bloke.
Well, a few people did too. Shout out to Sloan.
Yeah.
Hit his knee.
That's unlucky.
He kneed it out of his hand.
Very unlucky. Very
It's
unlucky,
not good.
mate.
Jaden Sewer, eat your heart out.
Exactly. Mate, the outside backs, like I said to you, I thought that McLean sort of little deft touch, it lit the fuse in them, but I think their outside backs kicked them in the gear as well.
Big time.
Like their first 4 hit-ups in a set, just outside back. And then take a guess who ices the game for you, mate. Your Origin Stars. They backed up.
Yeah.
They were there.
That winning try.
Cleary, Edwards to Toto.
Origin Star. It was Yo to Cleary to Edwards
Bang,
to Toto.
bang, bang.
It's just perfect.
Yeah.
It's how important having your Origin Stars back up because Para punt Penrith without these boys in.
Oh, exactly. And
Big
I think
time.
they also earned the right to spread the ball too. Like they played very central. Like their game, Penrith, is always through the middle, trying to roll the ruck. I think they sort of like it was very give and take. It went with a bit of ebbs and flows, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the ruck speed, it just wasn't
Which
really up
good
to
teams
scratch.
do too.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
They went back to simple play, and Nathan Cleary just kicked Penrith into the game, mate. And that's the reason they won.
Correct. Newcastle fans, are you happy yet? What more does Dylan Brown need to do to get on your radar?
Well,
Seriously.
I think the biggest tick is he was happy to play first receiver on the left, played with some pace. What do you
Yes.
guys need now? A direct half who plays with pace.
Yes, he's playing his role nicely. He didn't sign himself as a 7. He's a
think
6
he's
to
gonna
me.
be a 7 anyway.
He's a 6 to me.
You think he's going to wear the 7?
Well, that's what they've signed him for.
What?
To be the 7
Really?
alongside Sharp. Yeah, I just don't know. I like the way he's playing. I just don't think he has the voice or the attitude. He seems too blasé. He's too cool.
Brown?
He's too hot.
Brown?
Yeah, he's too blasé. He's too cool. He's too hot.
You want to see him just grab the game by the balls, honestly.
Yeah, because
You
when
do.
he plays like this, the runners off him, like men out and inside him,
Yeah.
love it. It's just such a positive play.
Men love being inside him. They absolutely love it.
Yeah,
Apparently,
that's
from
basically
experience.
it. Yeah, exactly right.
Mate, their shape, they added in their middles with some passing as well for Parramatta. Take a guess who it was.
Don't know.
Take a guess, mate.
Some guy, I think maybe like Cronulla. Is it Ack Illiams? Oh, Jack
Ryan's
Williams.
Ryan's with Hack and Tilliams.
Jack Williams.
Jack
Is
Williams,
that right?
bingo.
Thank you.
Him, Junior Polo,
Yes.
and Ryan Madison.
Welcome back, bruh.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the Broncos soon with Grant Anderson.
Sign him now. What are you
Something going on.
doing,
There's
bro?
something going on. Broncos have their ego too high. They don't want to sign anyone else from outside their little 5 to 18 Queensland Cup sides.
Mr. Jaman as well. Under 40 minutes again.
Yeah.
Not well.
He's
I don't think he's
falling
well.
out of favour? Or is he just injured?
don't think
he
he's
might
well.
be injured.
I think he's injured, bro.
You never know. Like
I do.
You never know if he's injured or not. But I want to know. Let's get in there.
We saw him at the airport. We should have asked him.
Yeah,
when
we
coming home
did.
from Magic Round.
Yeah, we did.
Definitely should have. Mate, Jack Williams, I think he's...
New South Welshman?
he is a New South Welshman, I think.
Jeez, he feels at Queensland. He's straight in. But New South Wales, sorry, bro. There's
Bench. Perfect bench
It's too-
player, right?
too many, bro. You won't even get a sniff. Way too
Not
many.
in New South Wales.
I'm even thinking like
Not in New South Wales.
he wouldn't even get into. He'd get into our 21 or 20
Yeah.
or 21 man for us.
Oh,
Our man.
Dylan
yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah, but Dylan Lucas is still
Few
there, but he'd be
fucking
up
people.
19 now.
Yeah, maybe.
Stefano. If
Pushing
Stefano
everyone up.
comes in or Tyrell
Nah,
May.
yuck.
See, that's Mez. It has to.
No, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to it later.
Move on.
Last game of the week, Sunday, 6:15. Canberra Raiders defeated the Sydney Roosters 26-24. What a game. Seriously. Canberra's are such a well-balanced side. This is without Fogarty and Starling. Yeah, I added Starling in that. This is the future of the Raiders. Raiders fans, this is your team right here.
Hayden, I have to admit to you, I like the Raiders.
I love the Raiders.
I like the Raiders.
How good are they?
Mate,
NRL was the winner this weekend. It was I think it was my favourite round of the year for the last few years.
which is very
Weird
odd.
too.
Very
It's
odd
only 7
round.
games. We've waited till Monday to talk about Origin. Still
Never doing that again.
Nah, I
Never
agree.
doing that again.
We should have talked straight away.
Rattled station I
But
was.
Canberra Raiders. Seriously, how good can you be?
Can they do it? Can they win the comp
Yes.
this year?
Yes.
I've said to
Will
you.
they win the comp?
I've said to you for a couple of years. You wait, mate. Once they
You
start
did?
blooding their youth,
Yep.
in a couple of years they'll be
Listen
ready.
back to our podcast last year.
They may be ready this year. With Fogarty,
Listen back. Listen
receipts,
back.
baby.
Yeah, you've been saying it for a while. And I was just like, I don't know. Then they purchased Sanders.
Yeah.
Starling hits form. Weeks. Another year that he wasn't sure where he fit in.
Yeah.
From Manly.
But there's one guy,
Mm.
Mr. Savage.
Yeah.
Genuinely, if they're going to make changes to the back line, I think Val Holmes is going to be out of favour. Xavier Coates goes back to the left wing. You play Savage on the right wing.
It's very
Genuine.
possible. We're gonna specifically talk about this back line for sure.
Genuine, bro.
The way he's been playing.
He just impresses me, bro. Again, like I said to you, what I liked about Jeremiah Nanai, it's all effort and energy. It's Ricky Stewart. As if Queensland don't want a little bit of Ricky Stewart in there.
Yes, they do. The thing that because they have to realistically think about it now. Like I think it's definitely an opportunity. I think he's probably had a call from Billy as well.
I
at
think
some
he's-
stage this year.
I think he'll be in the squad.
He'll be blacklisted in the black book.
Yeah.
For sure. Not blacklisted, shortlisted in the black book.
Yeah,
That's what I
don't
meant to
blacklist
say.
him.
Definitely not.
Hard to get one of them off your record, apparently.
I think he's shortlisted for sure. And I think that now you need to think about who he's up against. Because if he's
Yeah.
going up against a Lomax,
Yeah, I know.
sorry, bro, but you're not going in. If he's going up against a To'o,
Yeah.
brilliant matchup. For that battle between them,
They played
yes.
Coates on the right, To'o's on the left.
Even
It's-
mid-game, if you needed to, just change it.
them
New
two.
South Wales did it.
But his kick chase as well, his aerial ability.
Mate, he's pace.
Yeah, bro.
Sprinter. You know he's a
Yeah, bro.
sprinter? Did you know that?
Did I know? No,
No.
I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me though.
Mez, battle of the rookies, though.
Yeah.
One of our rookies, Mark Nwanga on hamstrings. Hot tamale.
Rookie of the year watch?
Yeah.
Is it out of them two at the moment?
Yeah.
I think Tamale's got him.
Tamale's got him. Yeah, with the amount of performances, the way he's been going.
But if Marky Mark was on the wing the whole year, I think they'd be neck and neck. He's a fucking freak.
Mark would win it then. I don't think Tamale has enough standouts. The stats tell the story with him as well in the line tackle breaks. I think Teddy might have overtaken him with tackle breaks this game. Teddy had
Teddy
spiders
was
on him.
cooking, bro.
Teddy
he
had
was
spiders on him.
slippery.
Big
he
time.
was a slippery sucker.
That battle, Mark wins it early with the aerial threat.
Yeah.
Then Tamale comes in and just uses his hamstrings to push off every player. Make meters with every run. He's basically just To'o.
He just, you know what it is? Whenever the Raiders are down and out, he just pulls something out of his ass.
He gets angry, doesn't he?
It's like and I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I love it. It's definitely something that Ricky's instilled in him. Like that's the Raiders.
You see that last play, one of the last plays for the Hutto Young try. If you had him any time, you'd be frothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris gets the ball, flicks it straight away to Tamale with 4 guys on him.
Yeah.
Takes them on and then flicks back inside.
Back inside.
That's just to have the balls to even go to your winger like that.
Yeah.
If that was like Stags or something, there's no way we throw it to the winger or we just get taken out straight away.
They gave him early ball. They gave the winger early ball. Normally you're yelling, give the centre early ball.
Exactly. And he looks straight away, gives to Tamale
Yeah.
to take 4 players out and give to an
It
unmarked
was good.
Hudson Young. It's so good.
It was good. Again, overcommitting though. Like 4 players, but with the game on the line, bro, that's what you got to do.
Just Queensland did it.
That's what you gotta do,
flicked
mate.
flicked the ball up 3 times at the end.
I agree. I agree, mate.
It's good.
More on the Raiders, bro.
Yeah, big time.
Who don't you give a staggered kick chase to?
Weeks.
Mr. KO himself.
I love him. This team is so likable.
They are. They genuinely. And you know what I find funny? I've said it fucking every week, and if you listen to us, you're going to be so sick of me saying this, but I cannot believe that they can score the points that they can. Like, and how they score. Very much. Who was I saying that I just love watching? The Warriors.
Okay,
very much like the Warriors.
Oh, yep.
Both teams, they can just score points from anywhere on the field, and it's really good to watch.
Comes back from their forwards too.
Yeah,
probably the most informed forwards of both sides.
Best forward pack in the comp
for sure.
Best forward pack in the comp.
Yeah, at the moment, even Simi Sasangi, the guys that are coming on, like
being able to play Papali'i really off the bench.
Yeah,
that's
with Tarpanair, Horsburgh.
Yeah,
Hutto Young,
Horsburgh again. Highlight
Hosking.
that name. Highlight that name.
The thing is, they're overshadowing like Hosking.
Yeah, I know.
Hutto Young barely did anything in that game too.
Yeah,
that's how good their forwards are.
Again, but it comes down to their halves as well. Like their halves are doing a really good job. Jamal Fogarty, he generally manages that team really well, and Ethan Strange can just do what he wants essentially. Chimes in when he wants. I liked how he played both sides a little bit more this week. I think with Strange, with Strange, I meant Strange.
Okay.
So Strange played both sides of the ruck a little bit more. He helped out Sanders. You can tell Sanders' first game in a Raiders jersey. Shout out to him.
Jeez, he was good.
Done really well. They did
just early ball. Like he didn't have to overplay his hand.
They struggled a little bit in the first half. They did have 35 tackles in the Roosters half before they scored points. So that was a lot, and they needed to capitalise earlier. But
he's coming in first game, bro. He hasn't played a game yet, and he's beat a barnstorming Roosters. Teddy, let's go to the Roosters. Let's finish this off. Tedesco. He nearly deserves to be back in the Origin side. You know what? I'd pick him for game 2.
No, I wouldn't. You don't change your winning formula, mate.
I would. I think he deserves it. The way he's been playing, he deserves it.
Does he deserve it?
He's been playing better than when he played the best for Roosters back in the day.
Playing better, probably.
The way he's playing right now in a tight comp
individually, sure.
Perfect.
Individually, I can pay that out.
What do New South Wales need? A good other high ball
to win one more game, so we win the series. That's all.
High ball, meters.
Yeah, it's Dylan Edwards.
Teddy's better than Edwards at that.
Yeah,
right now you can't get tackled, mate.
But do you remember when we were watching New South Wales and we said Teddy might be in there trying to do too much?
I think if he comes in now, he doesn't do too much. He doesn't do really that much.
Yeah, but you can only go off what he has done, and in the past,
yeah, it's not fair.
Off recent behaviours, you would think that he tries too much. Which is that the ultimate compliment?
Yeah,
you try to do too much.
You do too much for your team.
You do too much for your team.
For your boys, the people that you
and I don't think he does it. I don't think he does it in a selfish way.
No, it's what's
not,
best.
Look at me, I'm the superstar. It's fuck, I just want to give my all for all these boys.
Yep, I agree.
It's what you know what? The Roosters, I think they've turned a corner.
They have.
I do. I didn't really like them the first maybe 7-8 weeks, but the last 3 to 4 weeks, I think there's been a big shift in their attitude. And I think it actually comes from Tedesco himself. A lot of his attitude is rubbed off to everyone else. And I think Victor Radley coming back in is really good for them.
Getting rid of Brandon Smith maybe as well.
I mean, a bit of a clean out. It might be what did they do? They drew a line in the sand and they went, if you want to be here, this is, again, the Roosters way. We hear people talk about it. Angus Crichton is a big vocalist for it.
Yeah.
The Roosters way, if you don't fit in, you can get out.
Yeah, I like it.
It's simple.
Anyone else we need to talk about for the Roosters?
Robert Toya. Backing up, showed us why he's in the Origin arena.
Yeah. He did very, very well.
And
I was so impressed from this game.
His defense is... I can't wait to see him after this Origin series.
How good is he going to be?
Bruh.
Next year, he might even keep his spot. If he plays this good, if he comes into finals next year, mate, he's going to be an absolute force in centre.
Big time, bro.
Good luck, Joey Manu, coming back and taking his spot.
Yeah, Manu
will
be
taking the other way.
Teddy M one more year.
Wow. Kicking Teddy out in this form.
Well, not in this form, mate.
Straight to Perth Bears. Teddy, in the way he's going.
Perth Bears.
With Mal Meninga.
He'd keep playing. He'd have to keep playing. Come on, man.
Keep going, Teddy.
You'd have to keep playing.
Uproot his life, though.
Yeah,
to Perth?
I don't know.
I don't know,
decent,
mate. Though. Well done to Canberra. Roosters did very well. The young forwards again, standing up for Ketty.
For Ketty, Blake Steep again.
Steepy. Yoelu starting the game.
Yoelu?
9. And then Watson coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Liked it.
He only played 14 minutes, but fucking hell, come on.
Yoelu?
No, I'm saying Connor Watson in Origin, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought he could have played.
Okay.
I thought he could have started.
I didn't even think about that.
Resting.
And that late
bit of a resting. Take this thing out of the game. Against the Raiders, though, big forward pack. They would have went at him.
Yoelu straight in. Like,
they would have went at him.
Big rap to him.
Yeah.
Against these boys, no way.
Lots of confidence on the kid.
Love it. Yeah. Well done. Trent Robinson, he was under threat, his job, and now he's coming. I think he's done pretty well.
Now he's going for the Origin spot. Origin coaching? No, he's not.
Is he?
He's obviously not.
Is he?
No. We're going to win, mate.
All right, this week,
You ready? Round 14, mate.
Round 14.
Can you believe we're in round 14?
No.
That's ridiculous.
I literally can't. Thursday, 5th of June, 7:50. Knights, Manly.
Manly 13 plus.
McDonald Jones, that's Manly for sure. Friday, 6 p.m, Storm Cowboys, Amy Park. It's got to be Storm. It's got to be Storm, doesn't it? No?
I don't know.
Same.
I don't know. Something in me says Cowboys.
I like it. $4.60. I'll flutter with you responsibly.
A little bit of a flutter.
Nice.
Let's go Cows.
So you're going Cows.
Let's go Cows.
Friday, 8 p.m, Dolphins, Dragons. This will be a good matchup.
Excuse me.
Dolphins, 154.
Dragons.
Dragons, 249.
We need a flutter.
Suncorp
Fluttering.
Stadium, 8 p.m, Friday.
Another flutter for the Dragons.
I'm not working. I'll be watching that. Saturday, 7th, 5:30. Shout out to Marcia.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Sharks, Warriors, Shark Stadium. Warriors get the job done here.
I'm wise
Come on,
too.
bruh. Stand up,
wise too.
Sharks. You got to stand up. Show us what you're made of.
I'm Warriors, bro.
Yeah, same. Saturday, 7th of June, second game. 7:35. Broncos, Titans. 2 games on Saturday. 3 games Sunday again.
Yep, that's what's happening.
Oh, sorry. 2 games Sunday. Long weekend.
Long weekend, bro. One on Monday.
My bad. I have not read the rest of them. Broncos, Titans. I'm going Broncos for the sake of being a biased fan.
Is Reece Walsh back or not?
I don't know. We're doing this on a Monday.
If Reece Walsh is back, Broncos. If he's not, Titans.
Fair. Sunday, 2 p.m, Raiders, Rabbitohs.
Raiders.
This will be a good one too. Great timing for them.
Raiders for me.
Raiders. Has to be Raiders though. Sunday, 4:05, Tigers, Panthers. Another bit of good timing. Combank. Long weekend.
Penrith.
Tigers. Yeah, it has to be Penrith, but I think Tigers is good matchup time, 3:37.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they give him a run for their money.
And then Monday, the big one. Accor Stadium.
I'll be there.
Bulldogs, Eels.
I'll be there.
We're not playing footy on Monday, hey?
No.
I might come.
We won't be.
I might come.
I'll be there.
It might be fun, actually. I might come down.
There you go.
Do some content.
Come on down.
I'll just film you the whole time.
Great.
I'm going Bulldogs, but I can see the Eels coming out. $2.93.
Come on, mate.
$2.93.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
Lockie Galvin up against a team that he just...
Is he...
I don't
is
know.
he going to play?
I don't know. I don't even want to
We'll
talk
know
about
tomorrow.
it. I don't even want to talk about it.
And
Honestly.
the bye to the Roosters, well deserved. How good. So you're going doggies. What are you thinking, 1 to 12?
Yeah. No, we have to put the sword.
Okay.
Surely.
Yep.
After I see team list, I'll evaluate a little bit more. But
Sounds good. If you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram and TikTok, like us on Facebook, subscribe, and watch us on YouTube. Also, feel free to leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
no less.
Really does help push our podcast up the rankings and out to more potential listeners.
Up and out.
If you do want to win the Caxton Brewing Co. 2 tickets, reach out to us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Or we'll put up something.
Yeah, we're going to
Just
do a
follow
little
us.
giveaway.
You follow us and you'll see it.
Exactly.
It's on the 18th of June, so you still have a while away. We're still a while away, but we'll get it up there. We're just getting the eyes and ears out.
Yeah, there's one thing guaranteed. If you do not follow us on Instagram, you will not win the prize. So
Correct.
you need to be doing that. And do yourself a favor. Go and listen to everything. We're going to have some Origin specials coming up.
Yes.
And I can't wait to...
I can't wait to talk about Origin again.
Can't wait to talk about it.
Yes. Adrian, have a very successful week.
Thanks, my bro. You too.
Love you, mate.
Love you, bye.